special groups, people living with disabilities, and any other vulnerable group, what agenda do you have for them?
What we have in this country common is that the only thing that we need to do is to change the mindset. Because about the law, we have the law now covering and protecting the vulnerable in the country, and we talk about persons living with disability. We have the Persons Living with Disabilities Act of 2012, which has an array of rights given to persons with disability. The problem we have in Kenya is that we lack civic education, and for the people who are living with people living with disabilities to know their rights and know where and what to get what. That's one. So my coming in, being a person who has really known what disability is, I would really encourage that awareness to be created. Number two, we need to have a change of mindset, because attitude towards person or disability is a philosophy amongst cultures and people, where they say ni shauri ya Mungu. They call it fatalistic. They don't find a reason why they should be helped. I am bringing motivation and injecting some kind of responsibility and accountability to administration. Asima kororoni tu Solomonikab korik alake kitupto batai Solomonikab Baringo amu ibunu tuget, yani ketuch konyek simakikerin. Disability affects the disabled and affects the families where the disabled is. So we would like to make sure that we create a social fund that can enable create environment where disabled in our society are taken care of, so that we can take care of the communities and families that are living with persons with disability. And I'm encouraging the county assembly to be able to pass a legislation, or not legislation, they need to create what we call the instruments of operation. We call it regulations, anchored in the act, that we Baringo, we have these regulations, and one of them is not only are we rehabilitating the disabled, but we would like also to enable the families with disabled persons. And you know what? In the population, only 4%, not even 4% of the total population are persons living with disability, either mental, physical, or whichever way, emotional disability. So much that we are able to create a funding or a budget that can enable the people with persons with disability or children, and that can be helped.